message of the day. Today, I have to be honest with everyone. I struggled with the message of the day because my message, I wanted to be something that's real, something that's positive. I usually look up different messages. Majority of the time, I create my own messages. Today, I had trouble doing so because of the state of what we're living in right now in the United States. You can't go outside or go in the store or go anywhere without feeling that something that's in the air. Unless you're in a coma or hiding on a rock or just oblivious to what's going on around you, you have to know what's going on. It's impossible to not know what's going on. Right now, our country is in a state of turmoil. Not just with the economics, with money, but also with hate, racial divide, religion, and everything that's all in our face on a regular basis. If you go to work, if you go to the hospital, go to the clinic, you go anywhere, it's right there in your face. Again, on the way that you're not paying attention to it, if you're ignoring it. And right now it's hard to ignore what's going on. And if people think, well, when they listen to my show, that he's biased, he's only about Democrats, only about this. I vote one way, but I'm more for human rights than anything. I don't care about Republican Party or the Democratic Party, Independent Party, but I do choose a party to vote for. Depends who better have my understanding what at that time period. And it doesn't matter which party that you actually believe in. You have to be in the party of human rights first. I believe you have to have some decency and common sense and empathy with your common man, with your family, to understand humanity, to be human, to have human rights. Human rights. The right to live, the right to speak, the right to love, the right to have a religion to pray to whatever you want to pray to, the right to not harm others and not harm yourself, but protect your own people, your own family, your own loved ones, and to make money to take care of yourself and your family. The right to get up every day, it's not a privilege, it's a right. You're born with these rights. The same rights that we all fought for years. Been fighting for, still fighting for, and at this point, we're going to always have to fight for our human rights to live. We are divided. Not because something of one person. We can't blame it on just the orange man who's single-handedly trying to destroy this country. We got to blame it on ourselves, because what he did, it just amplified what was already there. This stuff just didn't happen overnight. The hatred didn't just form overnight. It was always there. And I'm pro-black, and pro-black doesn't mean anti-white, doesn't mean anti-anything. I love all races, and I think we should all get along. work together in harmony. But being pro-black means I stand for black progress. I stand for black liberty. I stand for holding other black people accountable for themselves, and I hope and pray for all black people to do well. Black progress, black justice, fight against injustices against black and brown people. Okay, I have to fight and be empathetic to all people for injustices, and I am. But I can't be empathetic to everybody if I'm not first empathetic to myself. It's hard to love others if I can't first love myself. Love myself, love my people, love my family. That doesn't take away from me saying, oh, and I'm not ever going to say, well, I don't think justice should be for all. Because I do believe justice should be for all. But the truth is, justice is not for all. It has never been for all. Black and brown people has been fighting for justice forever. Since before the U.S. became the U.S., black and brown people have been fighting for justice. Before this country became the U.S., and while it became the U.S., and during our 200 plus years in existence of being a U.S. country, we've always been standing, fighting for our God-given right to live, to speak, to be amongst ourselves, and to grow. Racism has nothing to do with the economy, but it does impact the economy because we're part of many different races. And I had a lot of time to think and say, why is racism a big issue even today in 2025? And we're supposed to be talking about the economy and the prices getting lower. Because it's about power. Power amongst the rich and those who are not rich. So in order to keep that power to the rich, those who are not rich have to be divided, have to fight amongst one another, and has to stay on top of one race, have to stay on top of other race to show superiority. Black people can't be racist. We've never began racism. We never started racism. It's impossible for us to be racist. Racist, you have to have power. Racism comes with a power. White people began racism. White people has to fight to end racism. You can't keep saying, well, black people have to fight too. No, we have done that. We've been fighting before the existence of the USA. We have been fighting, marching, speaking, protesting, sitting in, standing, walking. We cannot fight or stop or end racism, not black people. We've never created it. White people have to accept it, that they created this, so they have to end it and keep fighting to stop it and put laws in the books that will create all people equal. Because racism deals with power. It's always been that way. It's been that way in our religion as well. It's been that way in our teachings in school. It's been that way in our economics, in our banks. It's always been this way. So no, I don't have a specific message to give today, except for the fact that we have to be alert. We have to stand strong. We have to start loving one another. We have to protect one another. And we have to stay woke. I can't stand when a white person get the word woke and they infest it in some ignorance. Woke is learning our history, learning our power of true blackness, where we came from and where we are, so we know where we are going. White people don't have to be woke. What they need to do is accept. Accept who they are, where they came from, and learn how to change yesterday for tomorrow. You're in a state of denial right now. And with this denial, we're going to stay stagnant and get worse. And for those black people who look like me, who are fighting against their own people because they hate themselves, yeah, you know who I'm talking about, because you always are on my, and I love you listening. I love you talking to me. I love your words, because you on my Facebook page, you're on my TikTok page, you're on everything. You are the disease within our culture. You buck dancers are the disease, the infection within our culture. You're the ones who stop us or try to prevent the rest of us from going forward. Because you're getting elevated to gatekeepers of your own people, so you can impress the other people. I'm not sure what Bible y'all learning this stuff from, and I don't know what God y'all praying to. But if your God is teaching you to hate another person, that's not the God that I want to serve. Everybody talking about Christianity and their religion and different stuff, and about love. Your Jesus, your Christ, your God should be teaching you about love. And if love is the case, if love is what you're learning, if love is what you believe in, then it's impossible for you to hate against me. It's impossible for you to try to tear down my history. It's impossible for you to take away something that I know, that I love, my people. This the deportation stuff, this incarceration stuff, it's getting worse. And I hate to say this is happening to other people, because it's still happening to us. We're so open, and our eyes are open now to it being happening to immigrants. While at the same time, it's still happening to black people right here in this country and in other countries as well. I love being black. If I was to be unalive today and had to come back, if I believed in reincarnation, I would be, no matter what the state of the world is, I would always want to come back a black man. I don't care what time or century, slavery days, before slavery days, the future, everything. I will always want to become black. I don't want to come back any other color, any other way. Because the most powerful person in being in this world are black people. That's not taken away from any white people. But there's power in my melanin skin. My melanin skin has so much power that every race want to have this power. Every race want to have my culture. Every race want to copy and have what I have. and then steal my past from me and erase it so I won't know who I am. But you've done that for so long, and you failed miserably every time. Because our past, our present, and our future is connected. We're spiritually connected to our past, our present, and to our future. We will always learn our history. We will always know who we are. Even in the period of being lost, we will always come to and find out who we are. Because we have strength in this melanin skin. So instead of hating me and fighting against me, learn me. Learn from me. Love me. Work with me, not against me. Then you will learn to correct your mistakes of the past, of the present, and going forward in the future.
Message.
Take this message in stride and be blessed. Welcome back to Straight Hating Podcast.
Woo, welcome back, welcome back.
This is an emotional episode 92. It wasn't meant to be that way.
Hey, let them use you.
But the message of the day was brought to you by Straight Hating Fashions and More, an online store selling a new brand of merchandise called Straight Hating. Go check us out.
Check us out.
You can finish that intro.
Cop the merch. You know, go to straighthatingfashionsandmore.com. That's straighthatingfashionsandmore.com. We on. Oh, that's the internet.
Right. I'm your host, AC.
All right, AC. Yeah, I was supposed to be ready.
And joining me tonight is my co-host, Tasha Mack.
Y'all already know it's Tasha May. Holla back. When you say my name, make sure you say it completely. That's Tasha May. Holla back. Let's go.
How you doing today, Tasha?
I'm doing good. I'm still doing good, but great. Like, hey, sometimes you got to pop on the show. You know what I'm saying?
I want you to know that a lot of people are asking about you, and they said,
Me?
they love seeing you and hearing you. You know,
It's the red hair.
you know what I'm saying. They say that they know that you don't play. You don't play.
They say that?
Yeah.
I'm nice. What are they talking
So
about?
you don't play.
What are they talking about?
Yeah. How was
I
your?
don't play with this one. Don't go for this one. No.
How was your day and how was your week?
My day was good. I had a surprise visit inside the store, so that was like, ooh, amazing. I was like calling everybody like, y'all come see. Oh, you had to be there to know. But I'm so excited about it. I can't even talk. But yeah, it was a great day. It was a great day. And
Great day.
I had like peace at work, you know what I'm saying? I had like doing the registers and trying to help out, and it's nice to get back to what I missed and get back in the groove of things and stuff like that, and to like be a player on the team, you know, starting five, you know what I'm saying? So it was a great day at work.
Great day.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know, that pop-up visit, you know what I'm saying? I had to get, it was nice. That was my highlight of my day.
Okay.
From this dude.
Well,
yay!
my day, my week has been up and down. Well, I'm blessed.
Right, always.
But my interactions with different people, learning and seeing, speaking to people, it's like an eye opener. And I've been struggling with messages inside me to bring them out. And I have more in me.
Yeah.
And I've learned to set my role. God has blessed me with this platform
Right.
to speak to people, to reach out to people. Doesn't matter how long it'll be on or how long where we will go far as success or whatever, but in the now, I have to use my platform to speak. Because one day, people gonna look back, our grandchildren and great-grandkids gonna look, what did you do in that time period when you was in the middle of chaos? What did you do? How did you use did you look back and just watch things go? Or what did you do? I mean, and I said to myself, I'm going to do whatever I can with the position that I have and been blessed with. So I'm going to speak at times. That's going to be try to be some laughter. Of course, the premise of our podcast is sports, politics, everyday stuff. But a lot of times we're going to do a lot of joking, a lot of bullshit. We're going to have also people coming on, different time periods, different guest co-hosts, as we did in the past. We'll still have that in the future. But with the time that I have to speak, if a time to speak a message, if it touches one person out there, just one person, out of the different countries that we are hosting in, different states, different countries that we're blessed to be hosted in, if it touches one person in the right way, not the wrong way, touches one person in the right way, and they're able to do something positive, then I'm doing my job.
Amen.
And I just had a talk with God kind of thing today, this week. And we're in a state of craziness right now. This is real talk that we're going through. Economic wise, racial turmoil. We're in the middle of a hostile takeover, and it's going to get worse. This is going to get worse before it gets better. And through every storm, there's always a sunshine.
Right.
And
I always tell you that.
And right, and I'm the one who always get into myself and be like, well, man, this is the end, this is the end, this is the end. I'm the end kind of person, like, oh man, we gotta prepare for the end. And then my wife would be like, Tasha Mack's like,
it's a silver lining somewhere.
it's a silver line. She's always the person to see that stuff. When I'm like, damn, something about to go down, and she's like, just hold on. It's not as bad. I'm like, it's bad as shit. It's different situations come up, right?
And it'll be bad.
It'll be bad. And I'd be like, man, this, and she'd be like,
that silver lining will pop up somewhere.
It's gonna be. I'm like, God damn, how are you like that? But then later on, I start to dwell on it and be like, she's right. So, and then God blessed me with the mind frame to speak it in existence and come up with a plan that actually works. And it happens every time.
Yeah.
So, you guys are right. We are definitely good for each other. We work. So,
how they do it?
I don't know how to do that stuff right there.
That's it.
Oh, that's it right there? All right, okay, yeah, I did it. I did it. All right. All right. And this state of that we're going through is crazy, man. I do have a script. I worked on a script. I have my script done. I have piece because every day some new news come up. Like I got to be top of the shit.
Every 3
But-
hours.
So far, I've been off script so far for the last 26 minutes. Been off damn script.
We don't really get off strip.
But this is how bad things are right now. And I'm gonna say shout out to my man Tony Miller. He what you said, how you say it? Post somebody? Tag. He tagged me. He keep tagging me and stuff, and I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Because some things I look at, and other stuff like, maybe I can use that, whatever. This what we living in right now is chaos. Did y'all know? Huh? Okay. Make sure I get a water, please.
Okay.
Did y'all know we are in a country that the Confederacy, they have Confederate holidays. Now the Confederacy actually lost. They're a bunch of effing losers. Okay? If you walk flying around the Confederate flag with the American flag and the Confederate flag, proud of it, you're representing a time period of motherfucking losers. Yeah, you're a loser. You're a loser, and your people are losers. I'm gonna tell you straight up, because Confederacy to black people is what the Nazis are to German people. It's a disgrace. Matter of fact, they lost the war, first of all. And most people who have the flag don't even know the meaning behind the flag. The flag, Confederate flag, represents the Confederate States at the Confederate time period of that they fought to keep slavery alive. And when I say slavery, and slavery of black human beings. To be more specific, African human beings and African American human beings, because the color black and white didn't exist. It was created by white supremacist Europeans to separate the color of black folks and white folks. Not only that, we were separated by the color, you can look at us, but they want to say we are white and they are black, instead of saying African or European. So they created this color of black and white, which is not a real thing in the first place. Thank you. I was actually looking for my water. Well, I was going to say, they have a Confederate holiday. It's called Confederate Memorial Day. We don't, the damn America don't, have Confederate holidays. Now, for different southern states, it's different days. The Confederate Memorial Day, called Confederate Heroes Day in Texas and Florida, and Confederate Decoration Day in Tennessee.
Decoration.
It's a holiday observed in the several southern U.S. states on various dates since the end of the American Civil War. The holiday was originally publicly presented as a day to remember the estimated 258,000 Confederate soldiers who was unalive during the American Civil War. It's also called Confederate Hero Day, Confederate Direction Day. I said that. observed by southern states in the United States. Remember the Confederate soldiers. And January 19th is the holiday for Texas. The fourth Monday in April is for Alabama and Florida. The last Monday in April is Mississippi. May 10th, which is the day before Mother's Day, May 11th is Mother's Day, correct? May 10th is Confederate Memorial Day in North Carolina and South Carolina. And June 3rd is Kentucky and Tennessee. This country is so fucking racist that it has a Confederate Memorial Day for representing fucking losers who wanted to keep slavery alive. And I say losers strongly. That's what you fucking are, and that's what your people were. Okay, black people did fight in the war too. Because we were slaves. We wanted to prove ourselves in the South. And we did fight on both sides.
Mostly on the front line.
And I was going to say that. We was on the front line on both sides.
So we can die first.
The first to shed blood on one another so they can have set up an attack for the other party, but they want not spill their own blood first. You can't get away from history, because when you try to tear away our black history, that means you're afraid of your own white history. I've heard many white people say, what about white history? White history is intertwined with black history. And to learn your true white history, then you will learn that your history of terrorists. You have a history of people destroying other cultures, terrorizing other cultures, and colonizing different countries. That's your history. It's hard to swallow. And I know you might feel bad about it. Say, well, that's when you racist. Say, well, slavery was a co-op. Right. We willingly got on a boat on racks of people, head chained up, foot to toe, head to toe, going across seas for weeks at a time.
Dying before someone.
Being unalive.
Alive before
Throwing up one another, pissing on one another, crapping on one another, because we were stacked up on top of one another like stock. Yes, we willingly wanted that.
Like packages in a box.
You can't erase our history, because it's embedded in your history. No matter what you try to do, it's embedded.
And we know your ancestors and your elders done talk to you about this. So we know you know.
And it's embedded in that flag. And for those who walk around every day talking about this history wasn't the same, but you walk around as maggoteers. At this point, we are at the end of the 14 weeks in Survivor 2025. The end of the 14th week, and at the 102nd day of Trump, when he took over the White House and claimed it the Golden Age. Golden Age in the 14th week. 14 weeks in. And at this point, you still, what hurts my heart, not only, see, when I know my enemy, I'm not bothered when I know my enemy because I know who you are. I'm bothered when I don't know my enemy. People that look like me, that's gathered up in this bullshit. Black people tagging along with the bullshit, and you see that they're wiping out black history, doing everything against black people, and you still standing up for him and taking up for this motherfucker on a regular basis.
Oh, you know why? Because he mentioned a couple of black names in power. And they like, oh, okay, you said this name. Like, okay, yeah, you down for us.
They will always give token black people power so you can stand up amongst other black people and be the key holders against other black people to try to put black people in their place. The reason the police system was created was to trap, enslave black people. Then it continued because of Jim Crow, and they wanted to make sure to keep black people in line. That's the reason why policemen were created. And in the year 2025, your president signed in office executive order giving Doge 90 days to try to find a legal way for Doge to find out how to use our military troops in the streets for domestic crimes, like regular police. And you're going to give immunity to the police. So if police do anything, they're immune from anything. They're not doing this for white people. Tell me, what the fuck is that got to do with the price of eggs? Lowering prices of food?
And you say they're not doing this for white people?
They're doing it for, right, I stand corrected. They're doing it for those so-called superior white people.
The successful Trump terms.
Otherwise, white supremacists and rich people.
That part.
This whole war that we're going through is to keep the rich rich and keep the non-rich. Because if you're not rich, you're non-rich. I don't want to say middle class and lower class and the low income. If you're not rich, you're not. If you're rich or you're not rich.
Don't forget to build big cities taller than buildings have ever been big before it.
Make sure it's bigly.
Everything has to have an ly on it. It's a superlative adverb that he continuously uses. And it's always in an ly. No matter what word he says, he always makes sure it's an ly on it, because that's the superlative of that word. Meaning that's the highest that word can go. So everything he do, he wants to make sure that he do it better and bigger than anybody else. But he's still forgetting the little people and the middle people. And it's okay to want everybody to be successful. But he's not wanting everybody to be successful. He wants the ones that's successful to stay successful, while the little people pay for it. Or the middle class people pay for it. Everybody needs to be successful. This is the flaw with him.
I want to play this video real quick.
A member of a gang, and then they look, and on his knuckles he had MS-13.
There's a dispute.
Wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles.
We had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshopped. So let me
That was Photoshop. Terry, you can't have that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry. but you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I'll move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
Then you think
agree
it's
to disagree.
Photoshop. Well,
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine.
No,
I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is.
Listen, this happened a couple
Trump
days.
said he had MS-13 on his finger, so daggone it, he had MS-13. Whether it was Photoshop or not, it still say MS-13.
This happened a couple days ago.
Terry, I'm giving you the biggest interview. I picked you, Terry.
So
But
I don't
right
know.
now, Terry, that means you need to shut.
Hey, listen. Shout out to that reporter, Terry Moran from ABC News.
Terry tried.
Yeah.
Terry supposed to get in there.
Yeah.
Terry tried. He Terry back down.
No. That's just a part of it. He went in the whole one. He would not let.
Y'all go look that up. I'm gonna look that up.
Listen, he would not let Trump get away with lying.
Okay, what's his name again?
Terry Moran.
Okay, Terry.
Moran.
Terry Moran.
ABC News.
Moran.
He is a damn hero.
And that's ABC for all y'all
That's
people who always
ABC,
talk about
yeah.
CNN and NSBC. How do you say that one? Always talking about they were fake news. Okay, this ABC.
Listen, that was happening a couple days ago.
Not Fox, not CNN. This is a mutual party newscaster.
Hey, shout out to Tony Miller for tagging me in that one. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Tony.
But listen,
Our president. Well,
the
y'all
president of El Salvador and Trump both claim that neither one of them had the power, the legal rights
They lying.
to return the Maryland man mistakenly sent to El
But y'all
Salvador.
had the legal rights to send him.
And in the interview,
Make it make sense.
in the interview when the president of El Salvador was there, he had the same type of outfit as Zelensky.
Zelensky black, like all black and stuff.
Now
yeah.
they jumped although Zelensky for his outfit,
Right.
but the president of El Salvador,
he like.
they didn't say.
You on Trump team? Okay, you Gucci.
And so y'all know
You good.
we're paying our government. They're coming to our tax money.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying they're paying. I'm saying we're paying for El Salvador to hold our people in prison. We're paying them to hold our people in prison. That is slavery.
I mean, the shaving of the bald heads and stuff like that, and like pics with them all like this right here, and that's like Nazi moves, man.
Here's another thing. While we're watching that, we're still paying our government to do the same thing to black people in America. We have people unjustly sentenced. We have people sentenced unjustly, being innocent, and we're paying the government to take them in our state. And on top of that, we have private prisons in America owned by companies. And they have shareholders. For each person that comes in, they make money off of each prisoner through the company. And we have people who have stocks in these prisons. It's a slavery. What they're doing to them is what they're still doing to black people all over this country. Let's not forget that what they're doing is they've already been doing. And guess what? To double down on that, they are making a plan, and they said it too many times, and they said it again yesterday and today, to send our criminals, they say our worst criminals, to to El Salvador and to other countries.
Yeah, like Libya and it was another country they was talking about, like sending them to Libya, and I'm like, okay, criminal. I mean, you did the crime, you gotta go with the consequences. But for these people that's like innocent and they just here because they didn't went through due process or whatever, or went through like what's the thing called when they become to be Americans?
Well, that's a totally different thing.
No, I'm saying if they didn't went through that and they didn't be able to become an American and they here just like they just illegally here, but they ain't did nothing wrong.
Yeah, but what about our own people who are Americans?
They sending them to Libya too?
They're trying to send our own. Let's get away from the immigrants.
Okay.
Our own people that's in prison. They're working a plan to send they call homegrown criminals. He called them homegrown criminals. He called them homegrown. He said homegrowns. They're going to send them, they're working on a plan to send them to El Salvador and to other countries. Our American citizens.
Oh, what? I thought it was like what?
Our homegrowns.
Oh, hell no.
They're already doing their time,
Right.
and they're talking about sending them to other countries. So that means to never come back into the States.
Oh, my God.
So if you are innocent or fighting your case in prison because you unjustly imprisoned and you sent away in another country, there's no way for you to fight that. And we do have proof of many of black people who are unjustly, because every year they're freeing somebody because it was unjustly imprisoned. Every year. I am 50 years old. And every year, someone was unjustly imprisoned or unjustly unalived. So they give it immunization to give it 100% power to police. And double time of that, he's trying to find.
It's scary enough with the power.
Within 90 days.
I mean, sometimes they right, but a lot of times they wrong.
He said within 90 days, they'll try to put the military troops on the streets.
Man, nobody don't want this to look like their daggone Diary of Anne Frank.
This gonna be a fucking.
Are you serious? Like, and a lot of people is claiming it as they see it, and they see it as like a Hitler Nazi.
Right.
How you say it? Nazi?
Yeah.
Like type of movement.
But you know what? We still have the domestic terrorists who's not been claimed or put in the government has never said the KKK and the Nazis as domestic terrorists, and there are domestic terrorists for years. They don't. Not all of them. Some of them still wear the white suits, white outfits. Some wear the black outfits. Now we got KKK and Nazis terrorizing different states. Still in 2025.
And on top of that, we got the Proud Boys.
We got new people, Proud Boys.
We got the right, the anti-right, the anti-left, or something like that.
And now we got the MAGAteers who are backed by all of them. And if you at this point in time,
MAGAteers that want to live in the golden age, but don't believe, but don't understand the concept. Like, you ain't gonna be the one that get the gold. You just gonna be the one that looking at it. That big old gold statue that y'all helped put there. That's gonna be our goal with our golden age.
it's the golden age. Isn't that some shit? The golden age.
I digress.
The golden age. Y'all worshiping the orange man. You guys believe in the Bible but you're worshiping this man, calling him the Christ.
God said, do not idolize nobody.
No man. Only worship him.
Him.
But you're worshiping this guy.
But y'all saying Trump is God.
Next
Trump
to Jesus sent him.
in USA.
Right.
Like Trump is like right there. How he right there and he's a criminal?
At this point, if you still following him, you are a racist, ignorant motherfucker.
Ooh.
And if you're black, you're the worst kind of person.
Black car stolen.
You
Not stolen, but black car taken.
You worse than trash.
Ooh, he feeling it.
You worse than garbage.
Ooh,
You
he
worse
feeling
than
it.
crap.
Ooh, he feeling it.
You worse than dirt.
Ooh, ooh, he feeling it.
You worse than an unallowed possum on the street
Ooh.
that's been there for a week. You are the worst kind of beast on earth, below the earth, outside of the earth. You are the maggots of maggots.
Maggots?
You are worse than the maggoteers.
Oh my God.
You are the people that I can't stand the worst.
I'm just gonna sip my tea.
More than the damn white maggoteers. Because you're black and you're allowing this to happen and you're still following the bullshit. And it's not just older people, it's young people. I see this shit every day on my Facebook page, on my TikTok. They interact with me. And I tell them on my TikTok, they bold on TikTok. They'll let you know. Then, and that's how you dress one of them. They always come up with some shit. What about Biden? What about Obama? I'm talking about you, motherfucker.
Uh-oh.
You.
Rated R.
This motherfucker is in our face, discriminating openly, and then you still following him, and then have excuse. You have an excuse for this motherfucker?
Why people got to go back to Libya though? Isn't Libya in Africa?
I know, but it ain't across the street.
No, but I'm saying Libya and Africa. Africans go back to Africa. I mean, black people go back to Africa. Spanish people go back to El Salvador. Russians go back, well, not Russians yet. Still friends with Putin. But yeah, all the other races, they go back to...
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because Trump administrations this is in the same week, they first threatened to abandon assistance to negotiations with Ukraine and Russia. They said, we're going to let it go, we can't do anything. There's the same people who said they're going to take care of it in one day, right? And then yesterday, or the day before, Ukraine signed an agreement saying we will give up our minerals and put a ceasefire. An hour later, after that, Russia bombed them and continued fighting against them. After Ukraine came to the table and signed a damn agreement to give us their minerals.
What are they gonna do? Wipe all the people out? Like, come on, there's lives over there.
Russia said we won't stop until we agree to the fact that the countries or the cities that we took over in Ukraine, we can keep them. And we're still not sure if we're going to stop them. Because he's still not sure that if we want to stop. Russia told them this.
Where is Trump planning to build his city? Like his, not in the U.S., but it was somewhere over there.
Gaza.
Is that like part of the area too?
I'm not sure.
Because it'll be crazy if it is. I'm just speculating right now. Don't hold nothing I say right now against me. I'm just like speaking off the head, but like they bombing all of this and like they like basically dismantling all of this land. What if them two working together? And then after this, all this land is dismantled and everything, they go over there and create the Golden Age city or whatever he want to call it, build his big golden statue or whatever. What if they working together? And it's like all these Ukrainians and all kind of stuff. Like they have lives, they have children. Like, why is this war still going on? The man that sit there and sign the minerals, he did not want to sign the minerals because the minerals was basically the thing that was helping his country stay afloat. And he is now desperate, willing to like, listen, I need help. I will give over these minerals. Help me help my people. And what did they do?
He gave up what they asked for without
That's messed up.
without them even stop and submitting, without them even coming to a stop. They continue targeting them.
And then we're not gonna go and help them finish this in the one day.
They put a stop them in. I remember
1 week.
I remember they said stop it in 1 day, stop it in 1 week. Then they said, well, they're gonna, if we can't make it, they can't come with a agreement. They're gonna ban them.
He didn't apologize. He didn't say thank you. He's saying thank you now. Like, look, take the minerals. So y'all gonna America? We gonna be
He signed it.
We gonna be that bad. We gonna be that mean that we gonna say, okay, you signed up. We got the minerals now. So now we got the minerals. But wait. You did it. We gonna be like, you did it too late.
That's
so
a
now
hostage negotiation. We stole from them people. We taking their minerals and not offer them no damn help, and they still at war. After we told them to stop, and they said we stopped.
That's a breach of contract.
It wasn't It was a half contract.
It was verbal. The world knows.
But he did what he had to do to save his people. To save his
it ain't
people.
even about him, it's about his people.
Right.
This is a president who cares about his people.
Right.
Well, not president, they call him something else over there. But, like, come on, like, let's just go help them. He done gave up the minerals. Let's go help them. Like, Trump, you ain't even got to do nothing. Just tell Putin stop. Just tell him to stop.
He said Putin. He said Putin. It's Putin. He said Putin.
Well, he smell like gas, he look like gas. I don't know how he smell, but I imagine if I see him, he smell like gas. The worst gas. The most unbelievable gas. The most, like how you had did just a few minutes ago. The defying gas.
Hey, Elon Musk stepped down from Doge.
Oh, he gone? Because he said he was going to be gone in May?
Well, it's May.
It is May. It's May 1st. I thought it was going to be the end of May.
Let me tell you why he stepped down.
Ooh. Wait a minute. Let me sip my tea. Yeah.
He stepped down because Tesla lost money.
Ooh.
You guys put the country in the hands of a billionaire.
Yeah, the country. Yeah.
You put the country in the hands of a billionaire to save money, but in his own company, he's losing money. He lost money in X, so he sold X to his own company and then took money out of it, which is crazy.
So you already know it's about to go.
And then Tesla lost millions of dollars and going under.
Yeah, they going like this.
And his chairman, his group, his board is demoting his ass. Taking him, he got to step down. He's out of his own company.
Own company.
This is in real time. You gave our country.
I turned it to Denzel.
You turned our country in his hands
My company?
to save our economy and help us get money, and he losing money in his own. But guess what? He's still a billionaire. He's still rich. He could play those rich games
That part.
with his companies. We cannot afford for them to play those rich games with the economy.
No.
In addition,
But Trump still say that Elon Musk, he's a smart man, he's a good guy. But Trump, this man done lost money. You still going. You still being successful. This money, his money is...
although Trump is rich.
Rich. He been
Rich.
He been rich.
He even made more money sitting in office in his 14 weeks, over $500 billion in crypto and in cash.
Is crypto real though?
He made more money. He made money sitting in the office. He's still rich,
That's
no matter what.
Golden age.
He can play those games with his
Play
stuff
high low.
because he even bankrupt his own companies. And he still got money.
That's what Elon gonna have
That's
to do.
how
Elon gonna
that's how
have to
they do
bankrupt Tesla to keep money and then reinvent himself with something else. Because Trump said tonight when he made that speech with the kids in Alabama that was graduating, be successful, keep your momentum. Don't lose your momentum, because when you lose your momentum, that's when everything goes downhill. You won't be successful anymore because you lose the momentum. Keep the momentum.
Listen, this dude, you cannot play those rich games with the government. Because you could bankrupt your company and still have your company and make money off your company. You really just playing with money, playing with money kind of, and saving your stuff. But you can't do that with the government.
And see, that's where people go blind at.
Yeah,
They think the economy is like a business, and they think Trump.
Technically, it is kind of, but not the same business. It's not the same business.
But at the same time, it's still people that's involved
Right.
with family and children
Right.
that can't afford
Right.
maybe what you can afford.
Right.
So you got to think about not just those people that can afford it, but the people that can't afford it.
Right.
And he gonna sit here and say tonight, like prices of grocery prices are going down. He even said that it was 3 states that had $1.88 a gas now. Gas price was so high, they was like $3.50. He got it down now because they drilling. They doing a whole bunch of drilling. And in 3 states, gas is $1.88. Where them states at? You know what I'm saying? Like this man, he's a businessman, and you see, like, yeah, he came up from bankruptcy. He got a silver spoon, got his company, went bankrupt, came up from bankruptcy, got some pyramid college like Alabama, like the place he was doing his little graduate speech that night, you know, Pyramid, Alabama, Charter University. But anyway, went bankrupt, came back, you know what I'm saying, still on top. But at the same time, how is that helping everybody in the United States? It's helping the United States, but like, how's it helping the people of the United States? Like, you got to be for both. You sit here and criticize Obama, but Obama was trying to be for both the people and the United States itself as a business, and the people, like, for the economy. We need you to be that too. Be for all the people. Even the ones that even didn't want to vote for you and probably won't vote for you again if you try to run. Hopefully you can. Like me, you know.
Listen, we're going to do a part 2. This is part 1.
Oh, snap. We're going to part 2.
Thank you, my supporters, for supporting my online store and podcast. Please continue to give me your feedback. I definitely appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'll give you a shout out next upcoming episode. We didn't do the shout outs tonight, but we'll do a shout out in part 2. Don't forget to check out my online apparel store called Straight Hating Fashion and More. Go to straighthatefashionandmore.com. Thank you for watching or listening, depending on what platform you're currently using. Follow my podcast on straighthating.castle.com for video podcasts and straighthatingpodcast.buzzsprout.com for audio podcasts. I'm also on Spotify, YouTube, and several other platforms. This is my co-host, Tasha Man.
Girl, you already know it's Tasha Mack. Call her back. So when you say my name, you make sure you say it completely. That's Tasha Mack. Call her back. Let's go.
Okay. I'm your host, AC. Talk to you later. Peace.